Imagine waking up tomorrow, and before you even check your messages, you notice something impossible. Not outside your window, not on the news, not on social media, inside your own eyes. At first, you think you're still dreaming, because floating in the corner of your vision is a tiny white number, 23:59:58. It begins counting down, 1 second at a time, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 57 seconds. You blink, it doesn't disappear. You rub your eyes, still there. You even splash cold water on your face, nothing changes. You tell yourself it's stress. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you've been working too much. So, you ignore it. You get dressed, grab your backpack, leave your apartment. Everything looks completely normal. People are walking their dogs, children are waiting for school buses, coffee shops are opening, cars fill the streets. The world feels perfectly ordinary. Except, every single person you pass has the same countdown floating beside them. Nobody reacts, nobody points, nobody seems to notice. It's as if you're the only one who can see it. You stop outside a cafe. A young woman smiles while talking to her boyfriend. The timers continue falling. 23:41:12, 23:41:11, 23:41:10. You almost walk over to warn them. But what would you even say? Excuse me, there's a mysterious clock floating above your head. They'd think you were insane, so you stay silent. At work, you try focusing on your computer. Emails, meetings, deadlines, normal life. But every few minutes, your eyes drift back to the countdown. It never stops. It never freezes. Always moving, always getting closer to zero. Around lunchtime, your best friend Mia sits across from you. She immediately notices something is wrong. You okay? You look like you haven't slept in days. You hesitate, then laugh awkwardly. If I tell you something, promise you won't think I'm crazy. She smiles. I've known you for 10 years. I already think you're crazy. For the first time that day, you smile, just a little. Then you tell her everything. The countdown, everyone wearing one, no one noticing. You expect her to laugh. Instead, her smile slowly disappears. Very quietly she asks, "What number do you see?" You blink. You can see it too. She nods. Her voice trembles. I thought I was losing my mind. Neither of you speaks for almost a minute. Because if two people can see it, then it's real. Or at least, real enough. That afternoon, the internet explodes. At first, just a few strange posts. Does anyone else see a timer? Then hundreds, then thousands. Within an hour, millions. Every platform crashes under the weight of panic. Scientists deny it. Governments deny it. Doctors call it mass hysteria. But nobody believes them anymore. Because now, the countdowns are visible to everyone. The streets begin changing. Some people laugh nervously. Others start crying. Families hug each other. Churches fill within minutes. Airports become chaos. Stock markets collapse before closing. Nobody knows what happens when the timer reaches zero. Only one thing is certain. The entire human race is counting down together. By evening, the timer reads 08:12:44. News channels broadcast non-stop. Experts argue. Religious leaders pray. Scientists search desperately for an explanation. Then, every television, every phone, every billboard, every computer screen on Earth suddenly turns black. No signal. No warning. Just black. 5 seconds later, one sentence appears simultaneously across every screen on Earth. System maintenance will begin when the timer reaches zero. Silence. No logos. No explanation. Nothing. Then, another line appears. One that makes your heart stop. Thank you for participating. The screens go dark again. You look at Mia. She looks back at you. Neither of you says a word, because deep inside, you're both thinking the exact same thing. Not, what is happening, but, participating in what? Outside, the countdown continues. 8:09:31, 8:09:30, 8:09:29. And for the first time in history, humanity realizes the universe might not be real. Nobody sleeps. How could they? The countdown keeps falling. Every second feels louder than the last. Outside your apartment window, the city is still awake. Traffic has almost disappeared. People gather in parks. Some pray. Some laugh nervously. Some simply sit beside the people they love. Nobody knows what happens when the timer reaches 0. And somehow, that uncertainty is more terrifying than any answer. By sunrise, the countdown reads 4 hours, 17 minutes, 52 seconds. The world has changed overnight. Schools are closed, flights are grounded, governments declare global emergencies. Military vehicles patrol empty streets, not because there's an enemy to fight, but because panic spreads faster than any virus. You meet Mia again. Neither of you talks about work anymore. Work suddenly feels meaningless. Instead, you buy 2 coffees. You sit on a quiet rooftop overlooking the city. For a while, neither of you speaks. Finally, Mia breaks the silence. If today was really your last day, what would you regret? You don't answer immediately. Instead, you watch the timer continue counting down, then quietly say, I spent too much time planning my life, instead of living it. Mia smiles sadly. Me too. Hours pass. The countdown reaches 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 11 seconds. Something impossible happens. The clouds stop moving. Not slowly, instantly. Birds freeze in midair. The wind disappears. Even the ocean stops. It isn't calm, it's frozen. Like someone pressed a giant pause button. Only humans can still move. Everyone notices. Millions of people look toward the sky. For the first time, the universe feels artificial. Then, the sky cracks. Not like lightning, not like glass, something else. Thin glowing lines spread across the blue sky. Perfect geometric patterns, hexagons, triangles, endless mathematical shapes hidden behind the clouds. As the cracks widen, you realize the sky isn't the sky, it's a ceiling. People scream. Some fall to their knees. Others simply stare upward. The entire planet watches as pieces of the blue sky slowly dissolve into glowing particles. Behind it, there isn't space, there isn't darkness, there is only brilliant white light, so bright it feels endless. Suddenly, a voice echoes across the entire world, not through speakers, not through phones, inside your mind. Calm, gentle, comforting. Please remain calm. The voice pauses, then continues. Scheduled maintenance cannot be delayed. Panic erupts. People begin shouting at the sky. Some demand answers. Others beg to stay alive. The voice waits patiently, then says something nobody expected. You were never designed to know this. A little girl standing nearby looks up and asks the empty sky, "Who's talking?" For the first time, the voice answers someone directly. "Our caretakers." The girl frowns. "Where are you?" The white light above slowly changes. Gigantic silhouettes begin appearing beyond the broken sky. At first, they look like mountains. Then, you realize they're moving. They're people, or something like people. So enormous that Earth looks like a tiny model beneath them. They aren't standing inside your world. They're standing outside it, looking in. One of the giant figures leans closer. Its face is impossible to describe. It isn't frightening. It isn't beautiful. It simply feels older than history itself. It speaks. Its voice carries both kindness and unimaginable sadness. You've grown beyond our expectations. Millions of people watch in complete silence. The giant continues. This world was created to study consciousness, to understand choice, to understand love. Another pause. Then, the sentence that changes everything. You call this reality. We call it Simulation 7. The crowd erupts. Some refuse to believe it. Some laugh hysterically. Others cry uncontrollably. You look at Mia. She whispers, "So, we were never real?" Before you can answer, the giant looks directly at Earth, then quietly says, "No." A long silence follows. You are real. Your world isn't. The countdown reaches 15 minutes. The glowing cracks spread across the entire sky. Entire cities become visible beneath a transparent digital grid. Buildings flicker. Mountains briefly disappear before reappearing. The moon itself glitches like a corrupted image. The voice returns. This time, it sounds different. Urgent. Unexpected anomaly detected. The giant beings look at one another. Confused. Concerned. Almost too quietly to hear. Someone inside the simulation changed the code. You feel your heartbeat stop. Mia slowly turns toward you. Because, for just a fraction of a second, the countdown above your head disappears. Only yours. Then, a single glowing word replaces it. Admin. You can't breathe. Everyone around you still has a countdown above their heads. 0:14:32. 0:14:31. 0:14:30. But above yours, there is only one word. Admin. Mia stares at you. What does that mean? You wish you knew. The giant beings beyond the broken sky suddenly stop talking. All of them are looking directly at you. Not humanity, you. Then the voice returns, but this time only you can hear it. Identity confirmed. Your vision suddenly blurs. The city disappears. The people disappear. Even the sky fades away. For one brief moment, you exist inside a completely white space. No walls, no floor, no sound. Just silence. A door appears in front of you. Plain, white, nothing special. It slowly opens. Inside, a man is waiting. He looks about 50. Simple black clothes, gray hair, kind eyes. No glowing technology, no futuristic machines. Ordinary. He smiles. I've been waiting a long time. You hesitate. Who are you? He laughs softly. The first programmer. You stare at him. The creator? He shakes his head. No, I only built the first version. The simulation kept building itself after that. He walks beside a giant transparent window. Beyond it, you see something impossible. Billions of worlds, each one different, each one containing civilizations living their own lives. Some look ancient, some futuristic, some completely alien. Every universe, a different simulation. He notices your expression. We weren't trying to create worlds. We were trying to answer one question. You whisper, "What question?" He looks back toward Earth. Can consciousness exist without knowing it was created? Your heart sinks. So, we were an experiment. He smiles sadly. No, you became much more than that. Suddenly, the room shakes. Red warning lights appear everywhere. A robotic voice echoes through the white space. Simulation 7 instability critical. Automatic reset in 10 minutes. You look at the programmer. What does reset mean? His face grows serious. Everyone forgets. Every friendship, every family, every dream, every moment, everything. Your stomach drops. So they'll all die? He slowly shakes his head. No, they'll continue living. They simply won't remember who they became. You think about your parents, your childhood, Mia, every conversation, every laugh, every mistake. Everything that made people people could disappear forever. The programmer opens a small control panel. Only two glowing buttons appear. Reset, release. He quietly explains, if you press reset, the simulation begins again. Humanity survives, but they'll never know today's truth. You look at the second button. What about release? He takes a long breath. We've never used it. It disconnects your universe from ours. You'll become... He searches for the right word. Independent. No programmers, no maintenance, no control, no updates. You'll truly be free. You look back through the window. The earth, the people, Mia, billions of lives. Then you ask the question that's been inside your heart from the beginning. If they're only simulations. NP. Why does any of this matter? The programmer smiles, the proud smile of a father watching a child finally understand something important. Then he quietly says, because love, created inside a simulation, is still love. Block quote. Page, still love. Another pause. Block quote. Pain felt inside a simulation is still love. Block quote. Still hurts. His eyes become emotional. Block quote. Reality isn't defined by where it exists. Is still defined by what people feel. Is still love. The countdown reaches 0210. The programmer steps away from the console. The choice belongs to you. No one else. You close your eyes. For the first time, you aren't thinking about yourself. You're thinking about everyone else. The little girl asking questions. The old couple holding hands in the park. The teenager dreaming about tomorrow. The father working 2 jobs for his family. The musician writing songs nobody has heard yet. Billions of unfinished lives. Billions of hopes. They deserve more than being someone's experiment. HR. You open your eyes and press release. HR. Silence. No explosion. No bright light. Nothing. Then, every countdown on Earth disappears. The cracks in the sky slowly heal. The white light fades away. The giant beings smile. Not sadly, proudly. One of them whispers, "Congratulations. Simulation 7 has become reality." You wake up on the rooftop beside Mia. The city is peaceful. Cars move normally. Birds fly overhead. The countdown is gone. She looks at you. What happened? You smile. I don't think anyone will ever know. Years later, scientists can never explain why the laws of physics change slightly on that day. Some strange signals disappear forever. No unexplained glitches are ever seen again. History simply records it as the 24-hour event. Most people eventually stop talking about it. Life moves on, as it always does. Sometimes, late at night, you look at the stars and wonder, did someone else, in another universe, choose release for you? You never find the answer, but somehow, it no longer matters. Because whether this universe was programmed or born naturally, the people inside it laugh, they cry, they dream, they love. And maybe that has always been the only definition of reality that ever mattered.